it's just looking worse for Disney's next live-action remake and for everyone's favorite insufferable actress. With updates of the casting of a younger actress to play a child version of Snow White, this may cut Rachel Zegler's screen time. On top of that, the press tour may get a little spicy between Zegler, an outspoken supporter of Palestine, and Gal Gadot, who served in the Israel Defense Forces, is a former Miss Israel, and very much supports her home country. I'm Troy from Marks on Movies, and today we're talking about the latest slew of garbage and controversy surrounding the live-action Snow White remake from Disney. Now, on with the story. The links to the articles I'm covering can be found in the video description. We're going to inside the magic today for these two stories. First, let's talk about how it's just getting worse and worse for Rachel Zegler, who may be in contention for the most insufferable, hated female celebrity in the world.
That's on me. I set the bar too low.
Controversial live-action Snow White makes major plot change with latest report. Skipping down the article a bit, despite the hatred in the community for the actress, Zegler saw a smash success in the theaters in November as Lucy Gray Baird in The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Her performance earned her high praise, and it seems as though the public had started to forget that she would be Disney's next live-action princess. In addition, Disney announced that the film would be delayed from a 2024 release to 2025 due to reshoots and delays with the Hollywood strikes that took up over half the year last year.
Sure, Jan.
Sure, some of it's due to the strikes, but they also did a complete about-face on the dwarf situation and decided to CGI some creepy-ass looking dwarves into the movie. That's gonna sink their budget even deeper and take them even longer to put out. Plus, the Daily Wire announced that they would be releasing Snow White and the Evil Queen, starring Brett Cooper, alongside Disney's version, and promised that their version would more closely follow the original fairy tale. This may not have put a dent in Disney's box office, but it would be embarrassing for them nonetheless. Back to the article. Some speculated that Disney pushing back the release was actually in response to Zegler's controversial spotlight, with an effort to give it some time to die down before the film could be released.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
The latest report to come from the film's production may give that theory a little more credibility. We had recently reported that Amelia Fowker had been cast as the young version of Snow White, but the latest report from that Park Place implies that the younger actress will actually be taking up more screen time than originally planned.
Darn it!
The report suggests that the film could take advantage of using more flashback scenes showing Snow White as a child, which would significantly reduce the amount of time Rachel Zegler has on screen as Snow White.
Oh, geez, that's terrible!
It's unclear if this would be a conscious effort to mitigate some of the backlash that Zegler has been receiving over the last year, or a decision for more exposition and backstory for Disney's first animated princess, but the end result would be the same. If this is all to be believed, this means that not only has Disney done an about-face on the dwarves when their diverse group of magical unhoused tree people got laughed at, not only did they delay the film to sink more money into the CGI dwarves, let heat on Zegler die down, and to avoid the Daily Wire's film release, but now they're creating an entire backstory with a new actress to avoid putting Zegler on screen more than absolutely necessary. This could all just be karma, because do you remember back in an earlier interview where she said actor Andrew Burnap's Prince Jonathan character might just get cut from the movie completely?
It's Hollywood, baby.
Well, turnabout's fair play. Just scrap it. Scrap this whole damn thing. Cut your losses and get the tax write-off. Good grief. WBD tried this with Amber Heard and Aquaman 2, and it didn't work. The movie bombed out. No, I can't lay that entirely at Heard's feet because the DCEU was a mess. But still, this is a freaking disaster for the Mouse House.
Everything is garbage.
No. Let's take a look at another article about a hot-button political issue that may cause some pretty awkward or explosive situations on set and on the press tour for the movie. Snow White stars involved in fight, Disney facing disaster.
Cool.
One of the biggest and most controversial debates happening in society today has to do with the Israel-Palestinian conflict in the Middle East. Numerous Hollywood stars have come out in support of one side or another, a few of whom have been fired or have faced severe backlash because of their expressed opinions. We saw that with the women of the new Scream franchise. This is very prevalent in the case of Rachel Zegler, Snow White, and Gal Gadot, Evil Queen. In an Instagram post that was filled with both support and backlash this past fall, Gal Gadot shared that she stood with Israel. The actress, who once served as a fitness instructor for the Israel Defense Force, IDF, has been open in her stance in support of Israel for years. Quote, "I stand with Israel, you should too. The world cannot sit on the fence when these horrific acts of terror are happening," she said. I like how this is something shocking and crazy to literally anyone.
I'm shocked.
Gal Gadot is Israeli, and not just by heritage, but by birth.
Jewish!
She served in their military. She was Miss Israel in the Miss Universe contest. Of course she's going to stand up for her home country, especially in the light of what happened in October. Back to the article. On the other side of the spectrum is Rachel Zegler. Zegler recently urged people to donate and, quote, call for a ceasefire.
Okay.
Quote, "Have you donated today? Have you called your government leaders to put pressure on world leaders to call for a ceasefire? Your activism should go beyond your social media," she said.
Right.
In addition, Zegler had a tweet recently go viral from 2021 where she said, quote, "It will always be free Palestine."
That's the coolest f***ing story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Yes, Rachel Zegler, who is of Polish and Colombian descent and who was born and raised in America, is urging everyone to stand up for a foreign country and a people she has never visited, will never visit, and has zero connection to.
I understand nothing.
Whatever, that's what leftist activists do, so I'm not surprised. Back to the article. Regardless of opinions on the matter, the two will be together on the promotional trail, and they'll have their fair share of detractors and supporters from both sides. Though the live-action Snow White film was already facing a fair share of controversy due to changes that Disney was reportedly making in contrast to the original film, these social tensions could provide even more fuel to the fire. Disney's Snow White, 2025, boasts a budget of more than $209 million, meaning that it would need to make more than $340 million at the box office to break even.
That's a lot of nuts!
This is a lot. I'm not going to give my opinions whatsoever on whatever's going on in the Middle East. No one needs to know or should care what I think about what's going on halfway across the world.
You get nothing!
I'm an American, first and foremost, and this is not a political commentary channel here on YouTube. But what you're seeing here is what happens when actors and actresses can't shut their freaking mouths, do their jobs, and not have to air every little bit of their personal and political opinions out for the world to see. These people are in their little Hollywood, California, Tinseltown bubble that 98% of the country does not live in, know about, care about, or understand. These people are so disconnected from the rest of America and honestly look like complete narcissistic, airheaded morons. I sure as hell hope that something like this doesn't cause more issues for this freaking movie, but if it does, it's deserved and well earned by Disney.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
In the real world, people work with Democrats and Republicans. I work with people who support all these foreign countries and their conflicts, and I work with isolationists. I work with people who are all colors of the rainbow and all sexual proclivities. And guess what? You go in, you do your job, you shut your mouth, you clock out, and you go home.
Did I stutter?
Employers aren't paying you to fight with your coworkers over politics. I just love to see this, though. More Hollywood dumpster fires and more water filling into the Disney boat from the hole that just keeps growing in their hull. This Snow White movie is going to be a spectacular piece of crap, and I can't wait.
Yeehaw, Chuckle.
Comment with your thoughts on all of this. Why do you think they keep delaying the release of the live-action Snow White? Do you think there's any saving this film? Do you think we'll see fireworks and catfights between Zegler and Gadot, or will they stay professional? Let me know down in the comments section. I will request down in the comments section, although this will probably go unheeded. I do not care about your opinions on foreign conflicts, so those comments will either get ignored or straight up deleted.
Thank you, doctor. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on Movies, and we'll see you next time.
Weird.